What's going on, y'all? Jupiter Bassin. So I got a little unboxing for you guys today, but first off, I want to go ahead and say thank you guys for following and watching the channel. I want to go ahead and do a giveaway for you guys for my 500 subscribers. So once I hit 500 subscribers, which is like 40 away, I'll be giving away this Mondo Kit Pro box that I got. I did some sort of deal with Carl's and they went ahead and sent me this, so I want to pass it on as appreciation for you guys and give this away to one of you. So, rules are you have to be in the US. Second of all, you have to be subscribed to my channel. And then go ahead and leave a comment on this video saying something with the word giveaway in it. And I'll go ahead and add you as an entry. So when we hit 500 subscribers, I'll go ahead and send this out to you. So I appreciate you guys. You know, keep liking, keep subscribing, and let's go ahead and get started into the unboxing. Alright, y'all, so today we have quite a bit of stuff that we want to unbox. This has been over the last, like, 2 or 3 months. I haven't really got to do any unboxing videos. I've been out fishing so much. So, we're going to go ahead and break all this down, and let's get started. So, first off, this was from miscellaneous stores. I picked these 3 up in separate times over the period of the last month or so. So the first one's going to go ahead and be, it's the Evo chatterbait, and it is called Glitter Bomb, and it's at a 1/2 ounce. I just thought it was a really good color. You know, you get that chartreuse with like a, what is that, like spot remover kind of color. And then the blade, if you guys could see it, it's like a very bright, glittery blade. And I thought that was really nice. And I've been really doing well with the chatterbait lately, so I had to pick this baby up. Next one, I've actually, call me whatever you want to say about it, but I never really got much into prop baits. I mean, I've used like whopper ploppers and stuff, but I've never used like a prop bait. So, I have this Smithwick Devil's Horse, and you know what, honestly, I may have thrown a Devil's Horse before. It's been a while though, but I got this black back with chrome. And let me flip it over so it's straight up for you guys. And, you know, I'm out at the marsh a lot, and I've heard the Devil's Horse does really good in that hydrilla, running it along top. So I'm going to go ahead and give this baby a try. And, you know, we can see what we get. You know, if you guys want to leave a comment about the Devil's Horse, if there's anything I should know, technique, whatever you guys want to input on that, that'd be great. The next thing, I'm actually really happy with this. So, been trying out a lot of different lines. I've really liked the P-line fluorocarbon, and I went ahead and Bass Pro had a deal on this. I think it was on sale for like 50% off. So I picked up like two or three rolls of this, and it's the P-line Tactical, and I got this in 17. 17 is just a really good fluorocarbon number for me. I like to throw a lot of different things, especially throwing around like some wood where I don't necessarily, you know, a lot of the clear water that I throw in, you can't really get away with throwing braid. So you have to kind of throw something that's going to have a good abrasion resistance, but also be a little clear, less visible to the fish. So I really like this P-line Tactical. I've been using it on my last couple trips. I've thrown into some wood. I've thrown in to a lot of hydrilla and different things like that, and it's held up really well. I haven't really seen a lot of, you know, kind of nicks in the line, and I haven't really had to retie a lot, so I'm really happy with this. So I definitely recommend this, the P-line Tactical. Moving on, we're going to go ahead into a little Tackle Warehouse unboxing, and it's kind of more of like a 6th Sense unboxing, really. I want to pick up some of the newer baits that 6th Sense has. If you guys have been following my channel, you know I really love 6th Sense baits, especially their hard baits. Throwing crankbaits is, their crankbaits, their color patterns, and just the different actions, and just the performance of them is great. So I went ahead and picked up some of this stuff, not necessarily hard baits, but some of their newer soft plastics. So the first one I went ahead and picked up is going to be the Whale. I really love the action and wobble of the Whale. The Whale gives this nice little like wiggle through the water, and it looks really good. So I figured I really like to throw 6-7 inch swim baits, and you know, the craze right now, you know, there's a lot of people with the dangerous swim baits. I've always been using like the Megabass mag drafts, so I figured I'd give this 6 cents, you know, whale a try, since I really like the whale in the smaller sizes. So this should be really good. And the color I have this in is the Pro Shad. And if you can look at it, man, it is a beautiful color. Got that bluish purple back with like a silver and gold flake on it. And then obviously you got the white belly. So this is going to be really good. And to pair up with that, I picked up these treble heads. They're the line throughs. So you just screw it onto the front, and then you can run your line through the top of the head, set it up with a treble hook. So I'm going to go ahead and give these a try out. Normally what I would do is just take usually a coffee straw or like a spray paint can, you know, just like, actually it's more like a WD-40, you know, the little straw on the end of the WD-40. Cut that off, stick it in, run your line through, and those will work great. So this is a cool idea. You got your weight, you got your line through already like built into it. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a shot. The next, speaking of the dangerous swim bait, I have the 7-inch in the regular dangerous, not the loaded. So I went ahead and picked up the 6-inch loaded. And this I believe is going to be in the, this is the, I think this is just called the blackback shad. I don't know. It doesn't really have the, yeah, it doesn't have the, I believe it's called the blackback shad. And this is the shallow diver. And this size is 1.6 ounces. So it's pretty cool with this one. I really like how it's just got that single hook. And it's actually at the top too. So whenever I'm throwing into hydrilla and stuff like that, that hook's going to be on the top, so I can kind of graze it along the grass. So I'm excited about that. And it's really cool that there's a little magnet inside of there. So that flipping hook, that 5/0 flipping hook, detaches from there. So that's really cool. I like that. And the next thing we're going to get into, I've been throwing a lot of green and blue color pattern baits. And I have so many watermelon color baits and green pumpkin baits. So I was like, I don't really want to spend the money on getting stuff that is blue and green whenever I could just go ahead and get some Spike It. So picked up this Spike It, and it is in blue. So I could just dip the tails. I can, you know, just go ahead and kind of like run it along the side of the bait. And I just thought that would work really good. I've used Spike It many times before. And yeah, just figured I'd pick this up. So that's another little addition that we got. Next, I am new to this bait. I haven't used this yet at all either. Going back to 6 cents, we have the Congo Crawl. So I picked up 2 colors of that. This is Green Pumpkin Swirl. I was just talking about that green and blue pattern. So this is like green with like a blue swirl in it. You guys could see it up close. It's a really nice color. And then I really have liked this color since they started making their soft plastics. It's actually the Dark Water Bug, which is kind of like June Bug on one side, and then it's got like a black back to it. Actually, no, it's more, I would say actually more of a plum. It's plum on one side, and then it's black on the other side, which is just a really good color, especially for darker, like milkier water. And the last thing I got, and speaking of whale, here in South Florida, or I guess I'm in Central Florida, but here using like a bluegill kind of color pattern, green pumpkin, in clearer water situations is killer. So I got this is the green pumpkin juice, and this color is absolutely just awesome. You got a little bit of red, you know, very bluegill imitation. You have that blue, green, you know, with that green pumpkin finish and a little bit of silver in there. Just a really good color pattern, especially here in Florida. You know, so this is a few weeks later. This part of the video I was going to talk about rods. I went over the rods that I picked up, but I figured it would be an injustice. Since the video hasn't come out, I want to talk a little bit more about these rods. And what better today to do it now? Super rainy outside. I was actually supposed to go today. The Bassmaster Elite Series is at the Harris Chain. It was supposed to be the start today. They postponed it. So I'm not out there, so I had some free time. So I wanted to talk about these arc rods I picked up. And I got BOGO deals on both sets, and I came across ARC fishing rods. I got a Viper rod on sale from Tackle Warehouse, and I really loved it. The balance, the sensitivity, how light the rod was. I just thought it was a really great rod. So I was like, you know what, I need to get a few more rods. Trying to pick up and do a little bit more technique specific rods for me on the kayak. So I was like, you know what, I'll get these ones. So let's talk about the first rod, and it is going to be Cobb Series. And this is the Good Vibes. So you can see I got my chatterbait on there. Got this Tatula 100 by Daiwa. And then you look on here, it's got a really nice foam camo finish. And then you have the Brandon Cobb signature on there. And the arc fishing, and then you got a cork butt on it. And the color's really nice too. It's like a forest green finish with micro guides. And this is a 40-ton, this is a glass composite rod. So when fishing these chatterbaits in Florida, it's a staple to be throwing chatterbaits. I don't know if anybody gets away with not throwing chatterbaits, especially in grass. This is my ultimate favorite bait to throw in grass. And you need to have a rod that has some give to it, but also has a lot of backbone that you can rip that bait through the weeds. And this one is it's a 7.3. And it's a moderate fast action, and then it is a medium heavy. So the medium heavy is really good to have a good strong backbone to it. Now with this being a glass rod, you're going to obviously get some good give to it. It's going to have a nice little bend with that. But I will say, for it being a glass rod, the sensitivity, sorry, the hook came out on me. The sensitivity on this rod is actually really good. I really like the sensitivity of it. I've caught quite a few fish, so it's easy to tell, you know, when you're getting a fish and whenever you're stuck and hung up in grass and whatnot. But you're also not suffering on performance. You can feel that bait still. The tip is not going to be like a pool noodle and waggle around like crazy. As you know, with a glass rod, especially, you know, any kind of glass rod, you suffer a little bit of sensitivity to where you get more give with the rod and you get kind of a stronger base to it. So that's been really nice. Like I said, I've used this a lot. I really like it. And this has been one of my favorite rods to use recently in my lineup, and I've probably caught about 20-30 fish on this thing, so it's held up really well. So I really like this first rod. Next one we're going to get into, and now like I said, I've been kayak fishing a lot. Honestly, my channel's almost basically turned into a kayak fishing channel. And this rod was the other one on the BOGO, which I paid $100 for the two of the rods together, so these were $50 each, which you really can't beat. This one is called the Little Skipper. So this is a Little Skipper. It is a 610 rod, which, going back to kayak, I don't have a lot of rods under 7 foot. In fact, this might be my only casting rod that I have under 7 foot. But this is, in fact, a skipping rod. That's why it's called the Little Skipper. The dead giveaway on it. Same foam grips. But obviously, a lot thinner rod. It's not a glass rod. But with this one, this is actually medium heavy with a fast action on it. So that medium heavy, you're getting a nice little bit of a bend to it. So that way you can kind of slingshot that bait under docks or under cover or trees, whatever you're trying to skip. You're getting that nice slingshot action to go ahead and skip that bait across the water. But you're also getting that fast action, so there's a little bit more backbone to it that you can kind of horse that fish out from underneath docks or under the cover. So this one I haven't used it as much, but I've used it enough times to know that it's sensitive enough that I can feel the fish. It feels good in my hand. It's very light, well-balanced rod. And yeah, I absolutely like yeeted a fish out of the water not too long ago on it. If I can find that video, I'll go ahead and put it up here for y'all. But it was pretty funny. But yeah, this thing has a really good, like I said, it's good enough sensitivity that you can feel the fish. You're not gut hooking or missing any. And the value with it for it being a BOGO right now on there, I believe that deal is still going on, by the way. So for 50 bucks a rod, you really can't beat it. So I definitely would recommend going out and picking some of these up. So we'll go ahead and get into these other two rods. And I really can't speak on the performance. I would definitely give them the benefit of the doubt because I've actually really liked Arcs Fishing rods. But this one is actually going to be the Invoker Pro. And let's see if you guys can pick that up on. Yeah, it's a really sick looking rod. And if you could see it, the pattern on this thing is so dope. And this goes down the full length of the rod. These are micro guides as well. And this rod is actually, it's a 7.4. And this one is going to be, the power is going to be medium on this one. And then it's moderate fast as well. So the moderate fast, you're getting bend, but you're getting a little bit more stiffness at the tip. But with that being said, it being a medium rod, you know, you're getting a lot more to load up on the fish. So, to whereas the Cobb series, I would totally use that specifically for chatterbaits, which I've used it for lipless and with square bills, and it's done great for me. This one is definitely going to be a more dedicated to crankbaits, whether it be lipless or with square bills and stuff. But being a medium power to it, you're going to, like I said, get a lot more bend and load up on it. So I would highly recommend doing it with treble hook baits and fishing more open water versus in the grass. So I'm really excited to use this. I don't know if I mentioned that it was a glass composite rod as well. But it's just a beautiful looking rod. This one is, the handle's all foam. And this one's a 40-ton blank as well. But it's just a nice, well-built feeling rod, and it looks really slick too. It's all black with that just a little bit of red on there. So this is the next one. I plan on using this really soon. Hopefully I can get this one out in the water. And then the last rod I picked up, and I believe I paid $150 for two of these rods, which that's, I mean, you're looking at it, that's 75 bucks a piece for each one of these rods, which is phenomenal. And this next one is going to be a Florida staple. This is more of a boat rod for me than using on my kayak, but I plan on still taking it out on the kayak. And this one is going to be another Invoker Pro, and it is a 7-11, and you can see this one still has that finish. But this thing is a beast of a rod. I mean, it is a straight up broomstick at the end. And the specs on this is a 7-11 rod, and this is extra heavy power, and then it's a fast action. So you are definitely wenching some fatties or pulling some fatties out and some thick cover with this. This is 100% dedicated towards flipping, pitching, hydrilla, you know, getting deep back into those reeds, throwing in some really thick cover. And, you know, just doing Florida things, man. Getting down and dirty with this rod. And, you know, I really like that. I don't really have many flipping rods that are extra heavy power. But what really impressed me the most out of this, it looks pretty much the same as the other one. But the fact of how light this rod is, and it's so well balanced. It's just a beautiful setup. But what I will say is, I know with a lot of the beefier, heavier flipping rods that I have, they're a little bit on the heavier side, especially because it's a 7-11. I mean, you obviously have more rod to it, more build. And this one is just super light. So I'm really looking forward to throwing this all day, you know, being able to use this, you know, having that amount of backbone, but also being very light. I think this is, you know, a dream rod to have here in Florida. So, you know, hopefully I'll be able to do a video soon, do a review with these rods. And yeah, I just want to give you guys an update. Like I said, I'm going to be going to the Bassmaster Elite Series on the Harris chain. Hopefully I'll get to meet some of the pros and maybe make a little video for you guys. I don't know if I'm going to have time or what I'm going to do there. But I just wanted to go through the experience. I thought it'd be a cool thing to do. And don't forget to do the giveaway, y'all. Make sure to write giveaway in the comments. You know, like this video. And yeah, just subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you guys. If you guys watch this full video, thank you guys so much. And until next time, y'all. Peace.